See, I'm a big girl now. Woo! You see yourself? We talking about the good stuff. Yeah, about you. Yeah.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to our channel. Today's video is for new moms or expecting moms. I wanted to make a video on the essentials for a newborn, or at least the essentials that I used that I felt like were really helpful when having Haven. Haven's almost 4 months, but I would say up until, I mean, I still use some of these things now, but from the time she was born to now, things that I've really found that were really helpful. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into it. The first thing I want to talk about basics, so diapers, wipes, and ointment. We just use Pampers. We tried to use the Honest Company, and I don't know if it was a coincidence, but she kind of got really red when she wore them. I don't know if it was something I ate and passed it to her while breastfeeding, or if it was the diapers, but she's never broke out with Pampers, so we just use what works. And then wipes, we use Pampers Sensitive, perfume free, hypoallergenic, so use those. Now, ointment, we started out using Decidin, but it honestly dried her out more than it helped. And I talked to my pediatrician, and she said that she recommends A&D. I don't know if you can see that. A&D. She recommends using A&D because there's no zinc in it. And zinc is the ingredient that kind of dries them out when they're babies. So she recommended using A&D until she's at least 6 months. So that's what we use, and it really helps. Okay, so my next thing is our suction and saline. So for saline, we use really anything. We're not particular about what saline we use, but this is Little Remedies saline. And then our suction. Now, usually there's a red piece on the end of this, but I don't know where it's at. But it works without it, so. But you just put a drop of saline in each nostril, and you put this tip. You put the tip on their nostril, and then you just suck in like you're sucking in a straw. And then it pulls the snot out. I really like it. It works a whole lot better than those bulb things that the hospital uses. But that's the nose Frida. Next thing are swaddles. So we started her out in the Velcro Swaddles. So when I was in the hospital and they were swaddling her in a regular blanket, I was terrified because I did not know how to swaddle at all. Like, at all. And I don't know why that terrified me so much, but I was terrified. So when we got home, we used our Velcro Swaddles that we had, and I absolutely love them. Like, they're, like, whoever invented these, props to you guys, because I don't know what I would have done if y'all hadn't invented this. So you just stick their feet in this little hole, and then you just wrap it, Velcro, wrap it, boom, swaddle. That's what we used first. And then once she started busting out of the swaddles, trying to get her hands to her face, we realized that she really likes sleeping with her hands next to her face. So I did some research and found the Love to Dream swaddle. And it's a zip up. So it zips from the top to get them in it. So you open it and you put their hands in these little parts right here. And then it's just like a sack at the bottom. So it's enclosed, and you zip it up. And then at nighttime, for easy access for diaper changes, there's a zipper at the bottom, so you can just zip up and change your diaper and zip it back down instead of having to take the whole thing off. So there's that. Next thing, I'll do 2 easy things next, and then I'll get into one of my favorite things. So another thing as an expecting mom, or even as a new mom with an infant, I don't know about y'all, but I was terrified to clip her nails. I think I was terrified about everything, just because you have to take care of a new life, and that's kind of terrifying. But I was terrified to clip her nails. Like, literally, my mom or my mother-in-law would come over and clip her nails because I did not want to clip her skin. But then, I didn't even know what clippers I had at the time. But then when I realized I had these clippers, it's Safety First brand. Looks out like this. But it has a light on the end. And, it's amazing. It really is. The light makes a huge difference, and now I can do it when she's sleeping if it's dark. Tip for all moms out there, don't try and clip their nails when they're awake. I did that one time. Well, I did that one time, and yeah, no, she just wiggles too much. So I recommend trying to clip them when they're breastfeeding, if you do breastfeed or bottle feed, or when they're sleeping. I try to know when she's sleeping because it's way easier. Okay, that scream was saying, "Mommy, come get me," or she's mad at the TV. Okay, so this one's for breastfeeding moms. If you didn't know this, when you breastfeed on this side and they're eating, this side leaks and leaks and leaks, and it's just like wasting liquid gold, like. And so somebody, I don't know who it was, they're genius too, invented this thing called the Haakaa. So you fold back it like that, and you squeeze it, and then you put it on your nipple, and then you let go, and then you fold it back up like that, and it catches your letdown. Literally, from the time that I had Haven to before I went back to work, I did not pump one time. Because they said a pump a little bit like around 8 weeks before you go back to work, if you're going back at 12 weeks. So I went back at 12 weeks, and so I was told to start pumping around 8 weeks to get a freezer stash in, just in case my milk supply dropped when I went back to work. I did not pump once. I made my whole entire freezer stash on this thing. So, sorry guys, I had to get the baby. Okay, so yeah, I made my whole freezer stash on this thing. Highly recommend it. Like, even if you're leaking, and you're not breastfeeding, sometimes, I mean, they'll be sleeping and you'll start leaking, and you can just pop it on and catch some breast milk. And so yeah, I made my whole freezer stash on that thing. Okay, my favorite thing ever, Owlet sock and monitor. So let's start with the monitor first. Obviously I unplugged them from the cords. They have cords that goes to these. But Owlet sock, Owlet monitor. So for the monitor, I really like it for being at home. It connects to Wi-Fi, and the quality is really good. You can see it when the lights are off. It's a really, really good camera. But I don't recommend it for like going away, like on vacations and stuff, because you need a strong Wi-Fi for it. And I've learned, like, when we go camping and stuff, I can't use it because the Wi-Fi is not strong enough. So I recommend, like, if you're going on trips and stuff, to get a cheap monitor that isn't hooked to Wi-Fi, that you just carry the little thing around to see, instead of it being on your phone. But for being at home, I really, really like it. It has the two-way voice communicator. Like I said, the quality's really good. You can make it on your phone to where you can listen and like be texting. Like you can put the audio in the background of your phone so you can still listen. That's really cool. If anyone wants me to do a separate video on the Owlet and the sock, the monitor, post a comment in the comment section below and I will make that video. Because it's a lot. I can talk about the accessories and how to access the app and all that good stuff. So that's about it for the monitor. For the sock, I'm telling you, this thing is amazing. So this is the little thing that goes with the sock. It usually lights up at night. This is the sock. So you wrap the sock around her, obviously, around her foot, and it tracks her heart rate and her oxygen. What are you doing? What are you doing? Say hi. 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 So it tracks her heart rate and her oxygen, and if her heart rate or oxygen gets below a certain number, it'll go off and this thing will turn red. And it'll light up and be red, and it'll make this really, really loud buzzard sound and wake you up. That has never happened. But it has had one false alarm since I had it. I mean, since she's been born. But she was awake and she was eating, so it wasn't like I was terrified and woke up and, you know what I mean? So, but I'm glad it's done that, because I like that I know what it sounds like now, and I know what to expect if something did happen. But I really like it. You can see, it even tracks like how she slept and stuff on the app. I really like it. And so if it's like the sock's kind of maneuvered and it can't get a good reading, it won't just blare red just because it can't. Hey, child. Just because it can't get a good reading. Do you want it or not? So if it can't get a good reading, it'll blare yellow and then it'll play this little lullaby sound. So I think that's about it about the sock. I really, really like it. Okay. Next thing are carriers. Do you want it? Yes, no, maybe so. No, not no. Okay. Carriers. For being an infant, so I would say from the time she's born to 3 months, 2 months maybe? 3 months. I'd say 3 months. I use the Solly Baby. I can also do another video on this if you need further detail on how to put it on and stuff. It is kind of difficult, but it just makes them, it's really, really tight, and it makes them feel snug like they're in the womb. But she really likes it. But I will recommend any infant being put in this carrier for the very first time. They are going to cry and they're going to scream and you're going to think they don't like it. But it's not that they don't like it, it's just that they don't know what's going on. But like after the 5th time, 6th time, they really like it, and it helps. It can help put them to sleep, or if you need to get stuff done around the house. I know it's really hard. At that age, they don't want to be put down. Now she can be put down at least for a while in front of the TV, but before you couldn't even put her down. And so using that carrier, using the wrap, I was able to get stuff done around the house. Unless I was napping too, when she wasn't sleeping very well. But that's the first carrier or wrap or whatever. Now we've started using, and this is for when she gets bigger, the Ergobaby. We just started using it. David likes it a lot more. Obviously the wrap doesn't look very manly. So he likes the Ergo carrier a lot. And then so you can face them in, you can face them out, and you can even put them on your back when they get older. So, I really like it now that she's older. You gonna stand up? You gonna show off your standing up skills? Once she learned how to stand up, she, like, wants to stand up all the time. Thinking she's all big and bad. You think you all big and bad, huh? Boom. Newborn lounger. There's stains on it probably. But, before, when she was really, really little, I didn't have anywhere to sit her. And, like, if I had to go to the restroom, I needed somewhere to sit her. So I sat her in this thing. It's a newborn lounger. You can get them anywhere. But this was a lifesaver. Just if I had to run to the restroom, I would literally, like, bring that thing in the bathroom and sit it in front of me and sit her in it. Just to not be holding her all the time. But that was a lifesaver. I think that's all I have about that. After she grew out of that, I moved her into a bouncer. Just a regular bouncer. It doesn't really bounce, it vibrates, but you can, like, push on it. But it's just a Fisher Price bouncer. And she's almost grown out of that. That's what I sit her in front of the TV. Okay, my last thing is about sleeping, which is like a big controversial thing when it comes to baby. As a new mom, just be expected. You're not gonna get any sleep, and that's okay. It's not you're a bad mom. It's not that your baby's, you know, abnormal. Babies just need to be fed, and they want to be loved and cuddled, and it's okay. Like, I always told myself, because I was so obsessed with, like, how much she was sleeping and how much sleep I wasn't getting and all that stuff, and I was like, I don't know who told me, but they were like, you can sleep when you're dead. Like, she's only a baby once, and you need to soak up the moments, even if they are at 3 a.m. in the morning, because one day she's going to be 18 years old, leaving for college, and you're never going to be able to get those moments back. What are you doing, child? I hear the dogs, and they're getting on my nerves. We have puppies, if anybody wants some. Driving me crazy. They've torn up the stuffed animals, like the dog toys. The cotton is all over our sticking yard. Okay, so when we first brought her home, I'm getting off track, sorry. When we first brought her home, she slept in, hey. Hold on, she's tired, y'all. So when she first came home, she was sleeping in the rock and play, and then she really, really likes that. As a new mom, you're always concerned, hey, you're always concerned that they're gonna choke up. They're gonna choke on their spit up. Like, if they spit up, they're not. The chances of that happening are very, very rare of them aspirating. She's found her feet. So the chances of them doing that are very rare. So once I got over that fear, and I heard about the recall on the rock and play, as a new mom, I was terrified, and I was like, no, we're not using this, it's been recalled, blah, blah, blah. So we switched, and, I know. It's kind of like a dog tot, but it's smaller for when they're tinier. Some people say they're not safe to sleep in at night. Some people do. I don't really care. But, you know, we just do what's easiest for us and what's good for us. And so, after she slept in the rock and play, I put that thing in this little bassinet beside my bed. And she slept in that. And then, I think once we quit swaddling her, and somehow she just ended up in the bed with us. And so, after that, I mean, the Snuggleme went out the window. So I think that is all, you guys. So I really hope this video did help somebody, expecting mom, a new mom. Yeah, so I think we're about to go have a play date. What do you think about it? But I guess we'll catch y'all next time.
What you think? Are you gonna tell him? You gonna tell him bye-bye? Are you gonna tell him?
Until next time.